I'm here because I care very much about people that have went through the recovery process, people who have experienced loss due to substance use or abuse, and our future in regards to children that are coming up and being exposed to substances as part of growing up and a part of life. So I work at a prevention agency, and being here not only supports the community and the message that is so important to the agency I work for and myself, but it speaks to how big of an issue this is and how many families are being impacted by fentanyl and overdose and substances in so many different ways. I think it's much bigger than we realize. But then I sometimes encounter people that have no idea. And then I am first a bit shocked and then a bit scared, thinking, how can we get this message out? How can we get more people to have an awareness and an understanding that this is a really very serious crisis and could be far more impactful than we've even seen so far. We lost over 106,000 people in 2023 across the United States. That is down a slight bit from 2022. I think a lot of those numbers are still a bit preliminary. It's hard to get final numbers with all of the work that goes into that. I think that we have areas in Kansas, particularly, that are more impacted. Our county is Shawnee County, where the capital city is located, and we're one of the top counties in Kansas that's impacted by overdoses. We have other counties that have big populations, such as Sedgwick County with Wichita and Johnson County with Kansas City, that are more significantly impacted than us. They're also larger, but it's alarming how predominant it is in Kansas. We have seen a decrease from 2022 to 2023 of about 4% in overdose fatalities, but we need those numbers to be significantly lower. Fewer families impacted. I think the cost of a human life is too much to measure. A lot of what we focus on in our organization is education of youth. We are in a lot of schools in our community. Thanks to funding from so many grants, we're able to go out and talk to kids about different substances and the impacts that they can have on their lives, from their minds, their bodies, their ability to do athletics and the things that they love to do. We talk about the impacts on relationships and how substances can really impact people there. We also work on educating families and the community through different events where we go out and we talk about we either have speakers come in or we go out and talk about the impacts of substances on people, whether it be fentanyl or stimulants. We talk about how to recognize signs of overdose, how to respond appropriately, how to administer naloxone, really being a resource in our community in terms of helping people to understand what to do, that this is not something that's isolated to certain families. It can impact anyone, from a baby to a senior citizen. This doesn't choose. And so education is the largest portion of what we do in our agency. We also do evaluations or assessments to really try to intervene early. A lot of those are with youth that are referred to us from schools that have been caught with a substance of some kind or under the influence of a substance of some kind. And we're a stop that helps determine if they need more assistance, whether that be mental health support, whether that be support with substance use, really education for the family and the young person. That's a lot of what we do. I think people get wrong that they think that it could not happen in their family. That's not going to happen in our family. I think people think that individuals with a substance use disorder choose to have that life. They choose to use substances. They choose to live that way. What they really need to know is that we're dealing with individuals that are dealing with trauma, with crisis, with mental health disorders, with real human problems that all of us face. And maybe they don't have the skills at that moment, or maybe they don't have the supports at that moment to be able to move forward. But substance use is something that can impact all of us. Overdose can impact all of us. And we just need to really have that awareness that none of us are immune to this occurring in our lives. We do not have enough resources. I really believe that we have got to have more resources. We need to have resources for people that are underinsured or not insured. We need to have access available when people are ready, because I can't force someone to be ready. You can't force someone to be ready. They have to decide when they're ready. And when they're ready, we need to have a place available for them. And we need to be able to support them and walk with them and help them to get to the other side of this challenge that they're facing. And it may take multiple times, but they need the love and the support. Sometimes that's tough love to get through it, because it is something that you can recover from. Recovery is possible. I know people that have been in recovery for years, and I know people that are very new to recovery. And there's really nothing quite like hearing their stories and knowing the challenges that they've overcome and how their lives have changed so much. And the work that they're doing on the other side is so phenomenal. I'm so proud of my friends that are in recovery. I do see a lot of people that are have found great support in AA or NA. I also feel like there's people that have found their way through other programs, Smart Recovery. I think it impacts everybody different. Everybody needs to find the way that's going to be most successful for them. I feel like that network of support is pivotal, and AA does a great job of really wrapping themselves together as a community and supporting one another. And I think that is really pivotal for people that are in recovery, is being able to relate to others that have had this similar experience, have walked through some of the same challenges, dealt with some of the same hurts, and knowing that you can call upon those people at any time has to be tremendous. So I think really whatever way people can find the greatest support forward is going to be huge. I think you reach out, you find a trusted person, you find whether that be someone in your family, whether that be a community resource, whether that be someone that's a trusted friend, to walk with you, to help get you there, to drive you to the center, to be your cheerleader and support in the car, to hold your hand, to get you to whatever that place may be. And don't be afraid to reach out. I think that stigma keeps that from happening a lot of times. People are afraid, are nervous about how people might respond to reaching out, to wanting to get help. And we've got to just really break that down and really work on supporting people to getting to where they need to go. Calling those numbers, getting in the car, going to the ER, going to the crisis center, if there is a place. If you don't know where to go, just reach out to a friend, reach out to someone that can help get you there.